to our continuing playthrough of Neverwinter Nights 2, the official campaign, with our half-orc Warlock, Blaze Soulfire. Yes, that's right, Soulfire. When last we left off, we had just completed the Highcliffe Castle ruins, and we're going to briefly go back to town. We're going to briefly head back to town so that we can complete the quest for Moser's back pay. And then we are going to head out to the Lizard Folk cave and kill them all. And clean out that area so that we can claim the final quest and leave Highcliffe and head into Neverwinter. So that shouldn't take us very long at all. And then we can start our progress in Neverwinter, where, quite frankly, a significant portion of the game will take place. Or at least that's in my experience. Right, so this here is the Lizard Folk cave that we will clean out just as soon as we finish in Highcliffe. So let's head into Highcliffe. I think we've got some stuff to sell up as well that we don't need, so we'll do that. Not that we get a lot of stuff from the Lizard Folk cave, but I just want to be sure I'm not burdened or overburdened, which doesn't make sense. Okay, good to see you still in one piece. Any sign of my employers? They were killed by an evil cleric and raised as his undead minions. Here's the pay they had set aside. Yeah, I'll be good. That would take me down the evil path, so I'll do that. Really, how awful. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Here, take some of the gold for yourself. But 250, you earned it. Thank you. I need to be going now. Well, thanks for your help. I'm off. May your journey go well. And we're good. 125 experience. We're going to be ages till we get another level because we only just got one. But that's cool. Okay, so that's that done. We can't finish the main quest and talk to the town elder yet because we haven't actually finished that quest. What sort of stuff do we have to sell? Yeah, a few things there and a few weapons.
Everybody, follow me. I am listening.
Very well.
Very well. Okay, so let's head down to Branson. I think it's Branson. Something like Branson anyway. So we head down here. Where is it? Yes, Branson. Good to see you again. What can I do for you? Can I see what you have for sale? Yeah, why do I read that out when it's the standard old text that we do all the time? So let's loot all of that, and then let's put that back in there. Once again, we have that little bug where if you load from a save and your shard is in a pouch, you don't get the bonuses until you take it out of your pouch. We're going to sell that, we're going to sell that, we're going to sell that. And that, and that. That's not worth anything, so we'll put it back in the pouch for now. And that's good. And then we will...
Yes. How can I help?
Okay, if there's anything here to sell.
Yes.
And...
I am overburdened.
No, you're burdened.
Perhaps you should bear some of my load.
For someone with...
Very well.
For someone with an intelligence of 14, you'd think you'd use the language correctly. And you're not overburdened, you're burdened. Okay, right, so... There we go. Good. That's all of that. Still really nothing here that we want. We've got plenty of money, so we would have bought it if we wanted it. Because we could pretty much buy everything in this shop if we wanted to. Ravager, that's a halberd, that's right. And it's a good halberd too, but we've got no one who's going to use it, so that's okay. Hang on, I did think that maybe I should buy some more.
Follow me.
So you only got one healing kit.
How can I help?
You've got one.
I am listening.
And you've got two.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
I don't need any, so that's not too much of a problem. Let's buy that one first and give that to you, and then 5 for you, and 5 for you, and we're done. Go back this way because it's quicker. And off to the lizard folk cave. So as I said in the last video slash stream, the first time I did this, or the first few times I played this, I didn't ever go here. Didn't even know this place existed because I actually helped Slan and got the free pass to go straight through to the chieftain at the end. But I actually feel this is a better option because you get a bit more experience. So we are going to queue up all of these, hopefully without alerting these two lizard men over here. And then, once we have done all of these buffs, wow, it missed the first one. Actually, it missed them both. Whoops. And there we go. Some gold there. Where are we? There is a chest just over here, which I don't think is locked, but I have a feeling may be trapped. No? Okay, well,
What?
we've got you to open it just in case. Nishka. Okay. Bunch of lizard folk here. And we're done. Did he drop anything? Oh yes he did. Let's have a look. Cure light wounds. Eventually I'm going to be... Oh, there's shadows over there. Just freaked me out for a second. I was, what the hell is that? But it's a shadow. So we just got the crates here. Nothing on that dead body obviously. Cure moderate wounds. What have I got in the way of potions here? Yeah, nothing spectacular. Okay, we've got a couple here, and there's a couple around the corner here as well, down there. But I can see these guys here, so let's light them up. There's actually a few more down that way as well. Looks like we're good. Okay, did anyone drop anything good? We got 2 remains here. More heals. Is there, no? I thought there was a couple more up here. Yes, there is. For certain values of couple, I guess. Him. I don't think there's any other loot up here, but I don't know if we've ever really gone all the way up here to look behind what's behind the tree. Yeah, there's nothing behind the tree, so that's probably why I never did it. Yes, there's a shaman down here. So target him first. All done. I took a little bit of damage there, but you know, not too bad. We're pretty up there in hit points for a Warlock anyway. For a spellcaster, I should say, because really I've got more hit points than a mage would normally, or a sorcerer would normally have. Okay. It's probably still not a bad idea to rest up before we go in. Let's rebuff. And once again, I've come into an area not saved yet, so I guess I should save. Save. Lizard. Oh, it's usually one word, isn't it? Lizard folk. Cave. That'll do. Resume. Let's head in. Trying to remember if there's any traps around here. And what do you know, there is. Thank you, Nishka. So glad that you would take care of that for me. There we go. No signs of... Oh, yeah. Right. There we go.
Nature will have its say.
I won't get the chance. Yeah. Didn't think so. Oh, another one. Let's get out of the way. Let these... Oh, you're not, Eleni. Come on. You're going to cast that lightning thing against one little lizard folk. I really wish they were a little bit more intelligent with their choices. And unlike Neverwinter Nights 1, this gong doesn't sound. In Neverwinter Nights 1, you had a couple of places in the official campaign. There was a knoll cave. Actually, that might have been Shards of Undrentide, not the official campaign. But there was a knoll cave. I think there's at least one other place as well where there's a cave full of baddies and they've got these gongs set up, and so if you attacked they would run off and hit the gong and that would cause more of them to spawn in, which of course makes sense. One down. One to go. There we go. Sneak attack. Really? Nishka? We got scythe and a long sword. That's it. Scythe is a ridiculous weapon. I don't know why they put it in. It is very old school as far as D&D rules go. I do remember a campaign I had in the probably mid to late 80s. A campaign I had bought that I read through, and in there was scythes that you could buy. It basically, well, to me it introduced that as a weapon. I don't know if anyone else had ever used it in their campaign, but it's a silly weapon. It would be so unwieldy to use a full-on scythe.
Did you put breakfast out for the guys?
Got a little turned around there. Ooh, spear +1. Now, that is actually one of the few weapons I can use. But considering how ridiculously terrible my strength is, and my attack bonus, it's barely worth it. If I do have to pick up a weapon in that one area, going the wrong way, I want to go down this way first. If I do have to go into that, if I do have to pick up a weapon somewhere, I'm going to pick up a bow of some sort, of crossbow. Let's see. So, anything in here? Nope. Just some filthy beds. Okay. I'm positive those barrels should have something in them. And you know, on those weapon racks you can see weapons there. Why don't you pick them up? I guess the idea is that those weapons are not as good as what you currently have, but anything's better than nothing. Okay, so let's come down here. Let's quick save because I haven't done that yet. Whoop. One down. 3 to go. Oh, he's back that way behind us and to the left. Right, so loot, thank you. Remains. Loot, thank you. Nothing else in here. No. Just got those two guys way back there on the map. Weapon rack. Morningstar. Interesting. How about that chest? That's locked.
How can I help?
Unlock the chest, please. Mysterious. Oh, Heart of the Beast. Let me have a look at this. I always end up selling this, but single use. Divine power. Sell it.
What?
No. There we go. Was there anything else in this area? No, there wasn't. Nothing in the pot. No. Not that there ever is, but, you know, if I'm role-playing it, you would look everywhere. It looks like there should be something. Oh. in that little alcove there.
Take that!
So yeah, this little alcove, it looks like there should be something in here. It looks like, you know, you should be able to search and find something. What's that? Track, enhanced vision, defensive casting, parry, stealth, detect. See, I just can't see anything in there. But it looks like it should be. It looks like there should be something in there. Let's turn that off. Okay. Did we have... got more bad guys down there. I don't know, Calgar always stealing my kills. Another gong that doesn't work. What's in this little area here? Nothing. Okie-dokie. Sort of feel like there should be more traps around here. Okay, main encounter is that way, but we've got these guards down here, so let's just hurry past here. Where's the other ones? Oh, that's down in there. I think there's something. Yes, there is. Weapon rack, heavy crossbow, and a kukri. Kukri, lights morning star. Bonus, electrical 1. Crap. Wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot barge pole. Take out the shaman. Now let's just take the chieftain out. There we go. The last of the lizard folk. Major circlet of blasting. There's a door over there, isn't there? And there's another door that way. I can never remember which one leads out and which one leads to like the kitchen or whatever. I think this is the kitchen one. No, that one might be out. Let's go and have a look where this one goes. What's in here? Oh yeah, that's what I was looking for. Trapped door, yes. Trapped door. Let's rest first. Heart of the beast.
Fall in behind me here.
So what does this do? Searing light. 3 uses per day. knock that door out now that you've removed the trap from it. So this must be the chieftain's bedroom in here. Let's all follow Nishka in because she's the one who's going to be able to do any of the traps. That halberd, I think, is one that I gave Kelgar for a while at one point in previous playthroughs. Not going to bother with it this time. I think I'll sell it. You identify it first. Dwarven War Axe.
Very well.
So Ravager 1. Yeah, 1d6 sonic damage. So it's a nice weapon, there's no doubt about it. But I've got him specialised in great swords for now. I don't want to waste that if I don't have to. Dun, 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 dun. So this should just be our world exit. Here we go. I'll back out onto the beach. So somehow you come out on the same door that you went in. Because look, that's where we went in. Same stretch of beach. Same broken boat. Same cooked human corpse. So yeah, bit odd. Anyway, we can head out and we can finish. And this is taking about as long as I thought it would. Half an hour. I thought that would be about as long as it took to have to do this. So that's good. Let's head back to Highcliffe. Just double checking, yep, we've done all of those. Let's go. We're going to sell up first, because you don't really get a chance to sell up if you go and speak to the elder straight away, because you cut from here down to the beach. So let's just do that.
Yes.
Okay, so we picked up a fair bit of stuff this time, at least as far as weapons go. Yeah, we're not going to be able to sell some of those. Spear +1.
I am overburdened.
Yes.
Perhaps you should bear some of my load.
I should have followed my own advice.
Perhaps you should bear some. Fall in behind me here.
And selected. I should have selected no voice.
I am overburdened. Perhaps you should bear some of my load.
Cool. Okay, so we got to the point where I almost expected to sell up and because there's only so much they will buy from you. You end up, I found anyway, getting to a point soon where you actually have to go and find a new merchant to sell to because they won't buy anything more, or you've got to find something to buy from them. And you sit there looking and go, what's the most expensive thing I can buy from this merchant, even though I don't want it, just so that I can then sell it back to them at a loss, but so I can sell other junk to them, because I could buy the Hyrux blade, for example, and then I might be able to sell. Oh, and there's 2 Ravagers there now, because you sell like, I sold that Ravager to him for 5,000. He needs more money so that he can buy stuff that I give him. I don't know if it fixes itself over time, like when it switches between chapters. All I know is it felt to me like I was at one point having to find new merchants to sell to because no one had the money to buy anything I had. Right. Wow, you do put those in a weapon slot. Considering my decks, that's actually not that bad a option for me. What does it say? So my attack bonus is 10 with that. Okay, so actually it would be higher if I was buffed. Let's talk to this guy. I've killed the lizard folk. Oh, have you any news regarding the lizard folk? I've killed the lizard folk chieftain. The attack should stop now. We must ensure the lizard folk do not return. I'll gather the men and lead an attack on their lair to drive away any who remain. Just be careful there. Try not to get killed. Now I have a ship to catch. These guys really won't talk to you, neither will the villagers, so we will just talk to this guy and get out of here. Ah, there you are. We took up a collection here in the village and have a surprise for you. There's enough there to pay for your passage to Neverwinter. It's not a lot, but you've done so much that we had to find some way to show our appreciation. I'd also like to give you this armour. It's been in our village for generations, and it hasn't seen much action. I thought you might be able to put it to better use. I'll put it to good use, my thanks. Sorry, just looking at my little puppy. Humble reward from a grateful village. Thank you again. Now I believe you have a ship to board. Safe travels. Yes, it's time to continue to Neverwinter. And my stomach's already started churning. How long is this trip? Oh, do be quiet, Calgar. Enjoy the waves while you can. I'll say, and it'll be nice to travel without being hunted for once.
The shard you have found, show it to me.
Yes, Sierra? Sierra? Is that what you sought?
No, it is much more. Forget the betrayer. Forget our vengeance. These shards, they must all be found. Whatever forces you need, we shall grant you, but these shards must be ours.
Of course, Sierra. It shall be done.
Ooh. Is there a second cutscene? I've got a feeling there was. Guess not. Wouldn't take this long to load if there was. So I don't know, that bladeling, that Githyanki, I think they're called, that we just saw there, he actually turns out to be pretty easy to kill, at least I found. And Zieri, who is another higher level Githyanki, is also pretty damn easy to kill. So, yeah, I haven't had much trouble in that battle in the past. We'll see how we go this time, of course, but that's still a little ways off. Ah, there was another cutscene.
Dalrin. Lord Dalrin now, I hear.
Who's there?
Come now. You remember? Has it really been so long?
You... But you died at the battle at West Harbor.
Delayed, perhaps. My imprisonment was most distressing. But dead? Now how could I die with so much left unfinished? And there is so much more left to do.
And the third
So
cutscene.
this is Neverwinter? Suppose it's passable for a city built by humans. Can't say I care for it though. You want a proper city, you build down, not up.
This place feels unnatural. The wood and stone, it's as if they've been silenced.
I wish you'd both be silent. The entire trip was just one long whine from the two of you.
Oh, me stomach feels funny. This boat rocks like a baby's cradle.
This water is so unnatural and deep, not like the swamp of dead people I grew up in. Not that I've got great memories of this place, but it's home. So, where are we going first?
My uncle's inn should be close by. Let's head there first.
Not sure I can stomach any food yet. A stiff drink and a good tavern brawl, on the other hand. I say lead the way. Besides, I'd welcome a stable bed after being trapped on that filthy excuse for a boat.
Complain, complain, complain. So, here's... Ooh, let's save in the docks first. There we go. And in we go. The Sunken Flagon Inn. And there is Duncan Farlong, the proprietor. Now, you'll also notice that my companions are all sort of standing around the room. Even though they're listed as being in my party at the moment, when you come to the inn, that's where you can change your party members. So that's sort of, and now I can talk to them without, I can interact with them as if they were just like normal NPCs.
Well now, what can I do for you? Bit of venom for the belly, perhaps? Or maybe a tankard or two to shave the edge off your day?
I'm looking for my Uncle Duncan.
Uncle Duncan? That sounds a bit familiar. If you're here to collect on some debt, I'll tell you that Duncan's a drunk fool without 2 coppers to his name.
Dagon sent me.
Dagon, eh? So the time's come, has it? Trouble's chasing on your heels, and you barely know why. Suppose Dagon told you less than half of what you need to know, then sent you packing. Don't take it hard. Done it to me twice in my life. All for good reason. I can probably guess why you're here, but why don't you go ahead and tell me anyway?
Duncan told me to seek you out. You might know something of the silver shards recovered from the battle at West Harbor.
Oh, did he? Nothing more than I did years ago. Plain silver near as we could tell. You and those shards were all that were left of that West Harbor battle.
Duncan, I thought you said that shard was magic, didn't you?
Trace of an enchantment on it is what that eel sand said, but nothing of importance. Probably residue from demon's fire, or maybe wizard magic.
Demon's fire? Sounds important to me.
And that, Sal, is why you are cleaning tables and I own this place. Those shards were magic, yes, a trace. But again, it was sand, and he's a fool. Anyway, barely worth mentioning. More sentimental value than anything else. That really why you came all this way? To hear about your mother?
My mother, what does she have to do with this?
Yeah, your mother, Esmeralda. Since you were asking about the shards. What, Dagon's still keeping that inside? It's a wonder he doesn't crack down the middle. But you know, I have no call to say that. I think that's why he buried that first shard, and gave the other one to me.
How are the shards and my mother related?
I think you might have been better off being raised by wolves if Dagon didn't share that. There's a lot I'm sure he never told you. But listen, it's his place to tell you, not mine. He'll tell you when he's ready, I think. But it's best you hear it from him. Let's stick to the shards for now.
Who's Sand?
A hedge wizard. Somehow set up shop on the docks. But it's tilling enough. He can only run a business down here in the crack of Neverwinter. Got a dry wit, and he'll always rub you the wrong way. So his name's well chosen. Still, I suppose I trust him enough. And having a wizard close by certainly tends to keep fools from causing too much trouble. Well, me and Dagan took the shard to him back when he lived in the merchant quarter, before his run of bad luck. But he couldn't get much from it. Just faint traces.
Well, it's got power now. Maybe he can get another read from it.
Here. I've always kept it close for some reason. Didn't want to leave it out of my sight. Seemed unremarkable. But I find that sometimes time will tell. Had Sand examined it a long time ago, but he turned up nothing.
Maybe with two of them he might get a better reading from it.
Well, it's worth a shot. But don't pay him any coin in advance, that's all I'll say. In fact, that Viper would be best off.
Ah, it seems I've arrived just in time to deflect the usual barrage of slander from the local innkeeper.
Sand.
Yes, it is good to see you're still sober enough to recognize me, Duncan. Past the stale beer, vinegar, faint sweat, failed aspirations, unwashed tunic. I thought perhaps you had already had one tankard too many for the day, but... Why, your guest here has the smell of a harbin about them. Faint, but there. I thought Duncan was keeping company too good for him. Now I see I was right. Duncan, you could learn a few things from your guest.
Still passing off those 2 copper fairweather charms to the locals, Sand?
You have no appreciation for my talents, and after all I've done for you. To think you could survive a fortnight without my ale purgative. Why, you would be buried in the tombs with the rest of the Neverwinter traitors. A betrayer of barkeepers everywhere. But enough about you and your adventurous exploits on the tavern floor. I heard my name mentioned, and oddly enough, almost in a tone that suggested I could help.
This here's kin.
I'm not really seeing the family resemblance.
We need your help concerning the shard. Both of them.
Shard? That chunk of silver you showed me so long ago? I do hope you're not going to try to pawn it to me again. I am no longer interested. Besides, as I recall, you said the piece of junk had sentimental value, which upon viewing your establishment is perfectly understandable. Besides, didn't your uncle or cousin or brother or whatever make off with the other shard? I thought you only had one now.
It found its way back, so to speak. We need you to look at both of them again. Properly this time.
Oh, very well. Give them here and let me see what my keen arcane senses can determine. Well, it seems to have some resentment to being scryed. That is quite different than last time. Are you sure these are the same shards? The power in them. Why, it's definitely stronger than last time. Much stronger.
Oh, so now they're magical. I'm not paying you for 2 failed divinations, you charlatan.
It's not a matter of divination, you one-tankard drunk. There is something about these shards. Without knowing their history, even my considerable talents cannot unlock their mysteries.
Which option to pick? How could you not sense the magic in these shards? I can tell just by holding them.
Because he's incompetent?
Duncan, the more I speak to your kin here, it's evident where the sense in the family went. Since you seem to have been given all the brains of the family, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. But I do know the shards did not have the same strength the first time I examined them. There could be something about you that causes them to resonate. But I have no idea why that would be.
So who would know the shard's history?
You could try and speak to Algernon, but I don't think you'd have much luck reaching him. The Black Lake District is closed down. Algernon lives in the Black Lake District, you see, and now he's trapped there. The watch has it locked tight. No one going in or out, no messages in or out, even for the nobles that used to live there. Quite cryptic, really.
Why?
I heard about that. Lord Dalrin was killed, wasn't he? I've heard rumors, but no official word of what happened.
As have I. Not only are the Watch not talking about it, but they even called in the Cloak Tower mages to investigate, which means sorcery or demons were at work.
Demons? Closest I've ever come to demons is Dagon's tales about the battles down south near West Harbor. And there was that trouble with the King of Shadows.
King of Shadows?
Some sorcerer, I believe, had a number of demons and shadows at his beck and call. Not many tales left about that period of Neverwinter history, oddly enough.
But you say this Aldenon might know more, Sand?
Well, if you're not a member of the Watch, or know a secret route into Black Lake, then you're out of luck. So it seems like you have no choice but to let me examine the shards at my leisure. I'll need to hold on to them, of course.
Wait, Watch or secret route? Not bad ideas. Either way, the coin lands. Hell, there's Marshal Cormac. He's currently at the City Watch Post, and I know he's in bad need of an extra sword arm down at the docks.
Cormac from Fort Lock.
Yes, I heard he got back to Neverwinter recently. Surprised he even made it with the troubles I've heard around Fort Lock.
Trust me, you don't know the half of it.
Cormac's a harborman too. And folks of the harbor are as close to kin as you can get out of the mare. He might be able to take you into the Watch. And from there, speaking to Aldenon shouldn't be too hard.
Sure. Only about six little quests later. Not little quests either. That sounds good to me.
If you want to find another route into the Black Lake District, that means dealing with other folks that try to control the docks. Boya and her gang.
Oh, there's an idea, Duncan. They probably were behind the Watch closing the Black Lake District in the first place.
You know, I've never tried that route. I don't even know what's involved with it. And at this point, not interested. But not my first choice, but if I had to speak to a hound...
Well, she's got thugs all over the docks. But finding one who can get you to her?
There's Caleb. He used to try to get me to pay him gold for protection before I told him about the wards I'd inscribed on the building that caged the Guardian Elementals. Long story, but quick resolution.
Caleb, maybe. But I don't trust that harbor rat to give you a fair deal. And the price will be steep, in bodies or coin. He doesn't like being the only one with blood on his hands.
Doesn't sound like someone we should put our faith in.
Obviously, you've never dealt with the Watch in Neverwinter, Kelgar. Dealing with Caleb is probably our best chance.
Still, the chances are simply talking to Caleb will make you want to kill him, so it seems a clear win to me. If you do speak to him, though, be sure to do it downwind.
I want to join the Watch. Maybe I can do some good while I'm at it. Where do I find Marshal Cormac?
I'm with that. Nothing like a good excuse to knock some heads together and do some good while we're at it.
Yeah, great. I hope nobody else I know finds out, or there goes my sterling reputation.
You can find Cormac in the Watch Post, near the Dolphin Bridge that leads to the Merchant Quarter. He needs help, so it shouldn't be much of a tough sell to join up.
Caleb should be lounging around the corner east along the main road. Just follow the smell. If you want to join with him, he'll probably ask you to hurt or kill someone, so be warned.
I'll mark both on your map. Help you get your bearings.
Well, you can certainly find your way into trouble from here. Me, I will head back to my lonely merchant existence. Should you need my expertise, simply ask. But just in case, bring a great deal of gold as well.
Well, there you have it. Talk to Caleb or Cormac. Cormac is at the Watch Post near the Dolphin Bridge. Caleb should be lounging down the street east along the main road. The docks don't see too much of the arcane. I guarantee your talents can make an impact, for or against the Watch. But while you're here, feel free to make yourself at home. Also, any friend of yours is a friend of mine. Your companions are welcome to stay here as well, even if you're off on some other journey like the one that sent you here. They're all welcome to make themselves at home whenever they're not traveling with you. That way you'll know where to find them if you need their help later. Sound good?
Okay, so now we've got a bunch of just general information stuff. Did anyone ever come hunting for your shard?
No, not that I know of. I mean, I've kept it in the back for years. Barely even thought about it till now. It is odd that they seem to be after yours. Maybe there's something different about the one you have compared to mine. But then again, my shard didn't have any traces of magic until yours showed up.
Can you tell me anything about what happened in Black Lake?
Well, there's been some tales floating around that a nobleman, Lord Gentry, was murdered there. But the Watch isn't saying much. Either because they don't want to spread tales or they don't know much. There may have even been more troubles, but I haven't heard. Either way, Black Lake's locked up tight. You won't be able to get in unless you're a trusted member of the Watch. Or a really good thief that runs with the right circles.
So it said something about demons or sorcery being involved in the murders. Oops. Why do I always...
Well, I don't know about that, but if the Cloak Tower mages of Neverwinter are involved, there may have been magic or demons involved in Gentry's death. But don't trust everything Sand says. He only knows about half of the story at any given time.
What about the King of Shadows you mentioned?
Oh, that? That was only the first thing that came into my head when Sand mentioned demons. The King of Shadows was some sorcerer, I believe. Had a number of demons and shadows at his beck and call. Not many tales left about that period of Neverwinter history, oddly enough. Haven't been demons anywhere near Neverwinter since the Troubles years ago, during the battles down south near West Harbor. That's why there's so many graveyards and battlefields along the southern road, and buried in the mare.
Do you think the King of Shadows could return?
What, to kill Lord Gentry? Unlikely. I'm sure he'd have bigger plans than that, if he even existed in the first place. Don't trouble yourself over it. The matter in Black Lake is likely to sort itself out in time, and hopefully they'll open the district again.
What do you know about Sand?
That little sharp-eared viper's got a wit to match, but he has his uses. And he's one of the only peddlers of charms and potions here in the docks, so he gets by.
Still don't understand why he couldn't afford that place in the merchant quarter. His potions are cheap, and they work.
If you need to use his alchemy workbench, or you're shopping for some minor magics, then he's a good one to see.
I had some other questions for you.
What did you want to know?
A lot of trophies on the walls here.
A lot of stories hanging on these walls. Shed a lot of my own blood, and others in the past. Now it all goes into the flagon.
Were you an adventurer?
Well, if you can call it that. Me and some old friends, now gone, made quite a company along the coast. There were 5 of us to start, but by the end there was just me.
Can you tell me any stories?
I could, but they wouldn't go anywhere. And there wouldn't be any tension in them, since you know I survived anyway. Now Dagon, he may have some tales for you. About your mother, too.
Can you tell me about Dagon and my mother?
Only as much as Dagon allows. He keeps his past close, despite how it keeps everyone else from him. I knew your mother, though. I know you lost her early. Terrible tragedy. During that attack on the village. But that's really Dagon's place to say, not mine. What did you want to know?
I don't think there's anything more. No, nothing today, farewell.
Only as much as Dagon allows. He keeps his past close, despite how it keeps everyone else from. I knew your mother, but that's really Dagon's place to say, not mine.
Okay. So the only other thing I'm going to do while I'm here is go around to this back room, which has some workbenches in it, and drop off in one of the workbenches. It doesn't really matter which one, because we're not going to use any of them. So this is the thing, you can use Sand's alchemy workbench, but there's already an alchemy workbench right there. So let's go into the blacksmith workbench and let's drop off. Here's the second shard that we were given. That gives us... oh look, we've got to go and get our shard out of here again.
I am overburdened. Perhaps you should bear some of my load. I am overburdened. Perhaps you should bear some of my load.
Okay, so let's chuck that in there. Let's chuck in these things that we can't really get rid of. We're going to keep that, we're going to sell that, we're going to sell that, we're going to sell that. We're keeping that for when you got Armor of Loyalty. So let's have a look at this. Make a decision as to whether we want to use that. It's light armor, +1, immunity to charm and dominate. I think it's studded leather, 3 and 5. 3 and 5. So the problem is we've already got studded leather +2. This is only +1, but it does protect us from charm. Let's use it for a little while. I don't think anyone else... You're using chain, aren't you?
Yes.
Very well.
How can I help?
What happens if I give you that instead? Your dex is high enough that you keep the same AC. Yeah, I think we'll do it that way. So let's put some of this stuff away that we're going to keep. That. And we're selling all of the rest. Put that in there. Can't sell that yet, can't sell that yet. We're going to sell that, can't sell that yet. We're going to sell that, that, and that. Right. So, let's head back out. And we're going to accept that party, because that's the only option we've got at the moment. Before we go and find Cormac, we're going to go to Sand's shop and see if there's anything decent to sell. And then there's two other main merchants in this area, a third one which we can unlock a little later, and then there's a fourth one we can unlock in the next chapter, I believe. So this is Sand's shop here. Nothing too spectacular. There's his alchemy workbench back there, but we're not going to even bother with that. For some reason he's injured.
Well met again. And what can I help you with?
I'm not going to ask any of this stuff because he was called Lord Gentry before, and now he's being called Lord Dalrin. So I don't know. Let's see what you have for sale. Boots of Tumbling, Spellcraft, Artificer. Anytime I have done any crafting with Kelgar, I've bought these gloves to help improve his skill, because it gives you all of those crafting skills bonuses. Let's see, what else have we got here? He has nothing in the way of weapons. Lots of spells. And a few potions. Vitality +2, natural armor +2. What's going to be more important, hit points or armor? Hit points, I think. But a ring of protection +2 would be nice. Let's buy that. And we'll swap out that for that. So that's good. Let's buy this anyway. We're not going to use it, but we might give it to Kelgar to give him...
Follow me.
He's already got a ring of protection. Let's bump that up for him. And...
Yes.
What have you got? Oh, that's right, you got that amulet.
Yes.
So, you don't have anything. Let's bump up your AC. And we might as well buy that ring of protection for you. And I just paid full price for that, damn it. Lesser Summoning Wanded Missiles I can't use, apart from that Rod of Frost. Is that the one that's unlimited uses? Yeah. Again, that's the device that you get at the start of the Neverwinter 1 official campaign, which is so useful. It makes being a spellcaster like being a warlock to a small degree. You've at least got some magical attack you can do every single round. I wasn't actually ready to finish there, so let's...
well met again. And what can I...
That's mostly alchemical supplies. No healing kits. Okay. And we've got a ring of protection +1. I'll give that to you. Oh, you've already got one. And you can't put a second on, can you? No.
Yes.
Let's give it to you. 23.
Yeah.
22. Yes. 21. 21. Damn it, I've got to take one of these off. I've got to get down to 20 so that we've got a nice natural progression there. I'm kidding, I'm not going to do that. Right, let's just sell this stuff. because we're not going to use it. I wish we could sell these. Oh, I can sell those arrows. Wunderbar. I could sell those darts too, but I might keep them. If I find some magical darts somewhere, I may just pick them as my weapon. Okay, let's have a look. Right, so there's Duncan's inn just there. Guard post here. Now, there's a merchant just down here, and that's where Caleb is, down there. You can actually just... Oh, you could see him a minute ago. For some reason, he's faded out. Now, I believe we're going to get attacked by bladelings from down here, so let's walk past and trigger that. Where is it? There they are.
Nature will have its say.
Okay. So that's a good. Later on, that same, and we have another encounter here in that exact same alley, but I shall not spoil it just yet. Okay, so let's go back here, because down this little alley here is an armourer. Whoa, what the? Bit of a glitch there. Okay, let's talk to Worth, the armour smith. Show me what you have for sale. I could go through why you in that weird spot, but I'm not going to. Okay, we've got more arrow, more bolts. Benzo's luck. What is the deal with that armor? 4 and 4. It's +1, +3 versus chaotic, +3 versus evil. That is actually really tempting to get. I know I've looked at it previously and not thought to get it. It's very expensive at 15 grand. But that +3 versus evil and chaotic, because most of the things that are attacking me are going to be evil or chaotic. So that means for most of those, I would have 4 and 3 is 7 plus another maximum 4 dexterity. So what's that? 8, 9, 12 extra points. So that would get me to 22 without any of my other stacking bonuses. So I know it's a lot of money, and I've never bought this before. I've always thought it really wasn't worth it. There's also the Great Oak here. What's it like? Armor class +2, +4 versus giants. Here's the thing. I just don't think there are any giants in here. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to try this out for once. So we bought Benzo's luck. So let's see what my armor class changes to. It stays at 21, which was 1 less than what it was with the +2 armor, but what it means... Oh, I can't go defensive casting mode when carrying those darts. That's because they're missile weapons, not melee weapons. That's a pain in the butt. Okay. What does my AC change at all when I turn on this buff? I don't think it will. No, it didn't. Didn't really expect it to, but was hopeful it might. Because now we're getting to the point where, because our dex gets so high with that buff, there's very little armor. We have to start looking at leather armor and padded armor to get any use of that. But because these armors only provide such a small armor class increase anyway, it gets hard to justify using them. So, okay, armor of loyalty.
Yes.
What is it like when you use that armor of loyalty? You drop to 20 rather than 21.
What?
What's your AC when you get benzos? Luck. Stays at 21. I'm going to sell that, and I'm going to wear that.
What?
Right. So let's sell this. Okay. He has no weapons, he has no potions or trinkets, and the only miscellaneous stuff he has are supplies that can be used to craft armor and or weapons. Right. So the other merchant here is Repco, the weaponsmith. What a name, Repco. I don't know if it's everywhere in the world, but here Repco is a spare parts company. I remember the days when I used to, as a kid, I had a bike, and a lot of the things on your bike were Repco made if you wanted to get replacements. But they make replacements for everything, but it's REPCO, not KO. I'm not going to bother with that. Let's just see what he's got to say. I'm not going to talk to this guy. He doesn't have anything interesting to talk about. No armor at all. Weapons. What have you got? Arc Asunder, another halberd. I don't know. Maybe next time I play through, I'm going to make Kelgar specialise in halberds rather than swords or axes. I've done axes, other times great axes, but club +1, dagger +1, darts +1, elven court bow, fist of the legion. I believe that's a mace, which I could technically use. It does stun. I don't mind the weapons that stun, it's the fear ones I don't like. Flail, foundation +1, that's a flail as well, I believe. Is there a... Yeah, there's no really... That description is a standard description that comes from a lot of the weapons, because they're the Marok, the master blacksmith in Neverwinter Nights. In the original campaign, you see him in the underneath one of the smithies. I don't know whether this description is wrong. Knock is a spell that opens things. So I don't know whether you can use this to open locked chests and doors, or if that's meant to be knocked down, which is another thing. So I don't know. Great axe, great swords, halberds, karmas, katanas, Krogan's skull crusher. It's a war mace, two-headed mace. Bonus damage against goblins, half-orcs and orcs. That would be a great weapon coming up. Lawgiver, I believe that's a bastard sword. Yeah. Enchantment +3 versus chaotic. Lesser rift hammer, this is only a small... Oh, it's a warhammer, 1d8. And does sonic damage. That's pretty good. That's actually not a bad weapon for the paladin that you meet later. Long swords, maces, morning stars, quarterstaffs, rapiers, scimitars, scythes, short swords, even up to a short sword +2, short bows, shuriken, sickles, slings, spears, sandstorm. I believe that's a two-handed axe, a great axe. Blindness for 4 rounds, but it decreases your armor class by 1, so it's a bit of a pain, that one. Thunder Beast axe, that's just a normal... That's a throwing axe. Right, 50 of them, yes, of course. And they do sonic damage. That's really expensive for a weapon that you essentially throw away. And yeah, we can't sell any of that stuff at the moment. He's got more armor stuff in here, breast, scale mail armor molds and a few weapons. It's really odd to see so many armor molds in there. Okay, if we go round the back of this That's the watch house there. So we're here. This is the watch house building here. Down in the back of this alley down there, there is another merchant, but we can't get that encounter until we join the watch and have to do a patrol, and we find her getting mugged or held up for protection money by some of the thieves, and we can then rescue her and use her as a merchant as well. But for now, she's not available. And then in the next chapter, there's another merchant who stands just down here on the docks. So, yes. How are we doing? I think I might actually just come up to the door here. No, actually, we'll do that. We'll go in here. We'll talk to these guys. Get this out of the way. And then we might take a break for a little while. Let's talk to Marshal Cormick. I want to say McCormick for some reason. I don't know why. Marshal Cormick. There must be someone you can spare, Lieutenant. He's the first to take a stand against these thugs and deserves our protection. You know the number of men I have available to me, Marshal. Excuse me, emergency mute there. You also know the efforts I've been taking to weed out turncoats. I can send some watchmen to the shopkeeper, but then we'll have to postpone the sweep through the Northern District. I'm sure you'll agree that we want every man available for that operation. The Council hasn't done us any favours with that last vote, have they, Lieutenant? We'll just have to make do with what we've been given. Very well, postpone the sweep, assign some men to the shopkeep, place the others on. Well, look what the wind's brought into Neverwinter. It's good to see you again. If I recall, you were promised a reward if you decided to seek me out. I spoke with my captain once I had returned, and she's agreed that your services are quite valuable. The watch is most generous, thank you. 300 gold pieces. Glad to see your harrowing journey through the mare hasn't changed you. A lot of people came out of that place changed and not for the better. But enough of that, what can I do for a fellow harbourman? I'm not going to say I need to enter Black Lake. I'm always going to phrase it as I would like to speak to Algernon. Algernon. Where is Algernon? Algernon is from something else, I'm positive of it. Because that name just rings a bell. Algernon. I'm looking for Algernon the Sage. Algernon, yes, I know of him. He's a sage that lives in the Black Lake district. Beautiful place, worth the trip, but we have the entire district locked up tight. Oh, excuse me. You won't be getting in anytime soon. Why? What's happened there? Foulest murder. I'm not permitted to give you any details as the investigation is ongoing, but it's serious. Even the mages of the Cloak Tower have gotten involved. But why is it locked down? Again, I'm not permitted to say. If it makes you feel any better, though, even some of the nobles who live in the district haven't been permitted to return. The only way anyone gets in is if there's if they're a member of the Watch, and Captain Berlina has to personally approve anyone who wants to enter Black Lake. The woman takes her job very seriously. She won't just give you one if you ask. What if I work for the City Watch? Will that help? It would be a good start knowing you're more than capable of handling the job. If you make enough of an impact, Captain Berlina may even take an interest in you, and believe me, you'll have plenty of opportunity to show your ability. What do I need to do? City Watch has lost its grip here on the Docks District. Criminal gangs are running loose, and even some of our own seem to have forgotten the oaths that they took when they joined. It hasn't been just a usual crime wave, however. These thugs have been well organised. We've heard her name, Mora. We think she's the one running the gang. We also know others have tried to organise their own gangs. The City Watch is outnumbered. We could use every man willing to join our ranks. Sign me up. What did I tell you about this one, Roe? Gets things done with little fuss. Yes, sir, a valuable recruit. The captain will be pleased. Here, you'll need to wear this cloak to mark you as a member of the City Watch, and believe me, your arrival has helped us out immensely. Now I wish we had the time for you to settle in, but we've got a problem with one of our shopkeepers. His name's Hagen, and he's decided to take a stand to the criminals of this district. Get down to his shop and make sure nothing happens to him. My gut tells me Moya's crew aren't through with him yet. Lieutenant, it would seem our problems are solved. The sweep of the North Docks can occur on schedule. Yes, thank you. I recommend you make your way to Hagen as soon as possible. I worry for his safety. I don't know that there's any actual urgency in this quest, and because of that, I'm going to come out here and we're going to finish up this stream. Save up and finish for the day. Let me just move forward a little bit so I'm not blocked there. So let's just save our docs, and that will be it. When we come back in an hour or so, we will head off to the to Hagen's to rescue him and do the bunch of other wonderful little quests that are in the docs here. So thanks, and I'll see you next time.